the days, cold love in a daze. Your touch and hollow gaze leaves me in an empty place. Why do we seem to come back here every time we meet? It's so sincere as the blood runs through my veins. You disappear.
It's nice and early this morning. I'm here with my Krispy Kreme coffee mug, and I'm here to tell you we are currently 4 weeks into prep, and I'm gonna give you, well, this video is gonna kind of be like my 4 weeks transformation, because I'm actually shocked at how much I've changed in the last 4 weeks. You guys always know I'm going to be completely totally honest with you and tell you kind of what we've done in the last 4 weeks, and it weirdly isn't actually as much as you would think. So I'm going to give you the download. I started prep at the beginning of December and I pulled out, and I was worried that I was going to not feel like I want to prep again this year, but it's really gone really well since we've kind of like delayed things a little bit. And the thing is, delays are sometimes necessary. I know at the time they don't always seem like the good thing to do, or you don't feel great doing them, and that's anything in life. Like delaying something or postponing something never feels like the right thing to do. It feels like you're quitting, but it always works out in the end, and it always is usually the best thing to do. So my mind just wasn't there, and when my mind isn't there, like I can't commit to something. So trying to push against it and go full throttle and like go on with it anyway just wasn't gonna happen. So we delayed it, and I'm really glad we did. So let me show you my 4 weeks transformation. I'm gonna kind of get the stats up as well on my phone, so I can kind of show you guys what we've kind of gone through. So my first check-in was on the 27th of December, and I know in one of my previous videos before I said that that was my first check-in of 2020, and actually there was a check-in I didn't actually send to Adam because I hated it so much, and I actually weighed the heaviest I'd weighed in a while, so I didn't actually send it to him, and it was like the week before. I'm gonna put the photo on the screen for you now to just show you. Like I weighed 72 kilos, which is a lot for me. It's not a lot for my height because I am quite tall, I'm 5'9", but for me, I didn't feel my best. I hated taking those photos, and I just didn't like the way I looked. And even in the previous videos before, I liked my check-in, but I know I have a little bit more body fat on me than what I would like. So we skip on to the beginning of February, so the 3rd of February, and I had actually dropped to 69.2 kilos. So what we actually did in that first period of time is we went no carbs, just protein, just fats, and we went quite low within my training volume, and we went really high with my cardio. So this was something that Adam wanted to experiment to try and see how my body would respond, and obviously it responded really well. I would not suggest this for anyone to kind of do. We wanted to try and do this to boost my metabolism a little bit more, to see how my body would respond, and then adding them back in and seeing if that would create kind of a snowball effect with my weight dropping, and it has, like, really well. We dropped just under 3 kilos, but obviously that would have been quite a lot of water weight, quite a lot of the rubbish food that I was eating, because I'm not gonna lie, I was eating just a load of crap in December and January, to be fair. So, and we actually lowered my training volume, so I didn't actually train as much within that week. I did a lot of steady state cardio instead of training. So it kind of gave my body a little bit more of a rest as well, which was quite interesting. So then we skip on to a week later. So we go on to the 10th of February. We added back in carbs. So we added obviously more carbs into a normal state. I'm not gonna kind of give you guys what carbs and what fats and proteins that we use, because I don't want someone to then kind of follow this. I don't want to put out my macros for people to think that's what they need as well. So we actually added in 2 refeed days, which was 1,200 calories of food twice a week that I could just have anything that I wanted. And it was supposed to be a cheat meal, but I don't particularly like cheat meals because they make me feel just really heavy. I'd rather have more food of something that I was having, something that my body's used to. So that's what I did. I had 3 thick bagels on one day, 70 grams of Cocoa Pops, 300 extra grams of potato. This is all on top of my normal food as well. Over 2,500 calories, which was great. And my body still dropped, which was really good. So we dropped to 68.6, so we almost dropped another kilo, which is really good. So my body's just responding really well, like in a really good way, so I'm happy about this. And then this week we dropped 0.5, so we have now gone to 67.8. So yeah, it's been a really good, and we haven't changed food for the last 3 weeks either. We've kept food the same, changed up cardio. So the first week I did steady state cardio, then the last 2 weeks we've changed to HIIT cardio, then this last week we changed to steady state cardio. So we're trying to see what my body responds to best, because I do find HIIT cardio quite draining on the body, but it is really good to get my legs in condition. But we wanted to see how my recovery was this week and what my weight would do this week to steady state. So that's kind of like a massive update on my weight, my body, what everything's kind of doing at the moment. And Adam's really, really happy. So I've lost, it's almost 10 pounds, which is a lot of weight to lose in 4 weeks. And my message to you is to kind of say, don't think that results can't be made in a short amount of time. Like, I've really put my absolute all into these the last 4 weeks, and I'm going to continue to do so. That's the kind of message here, is like, your results will only come from pure hard work and dedication, sticking to your coach's plan, sticking to everything that you need to do, being 100% consistent, you will get results. So I'm really happy with the kind of first phase of my like dieting phase. So obviously calories aren't massively low, cardio is not really high at the moment, so, and we are currently like a good amount of weeks out. I'm not gonna like say yet how many weeks out I am, but I will tell you soon. But we've still got a while, so I'm really happy and I'm excited to see where it goes. But I'm now going to take you back in time, and because it is the 24th of February today, and I'm now going to take you back to Friday, where I had my high carb day, my refeed day, for a full day of eating. So, and I've got a little glute workout for you there as well. So please sit back, enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching my updates, these videos, all that type of thing. And yeah, I will see you in the next clip. So we're in the kitchen. It's very early in the morning, especially on my high days. I like to make sure that I start eating a little bit earlier because it is quite a lot of food that I'm not usually used to. But my body, over the last few weeks, has been getting used to this food. So I even still now do get like slightly hungrier on these days. Not as hungry as like normal days, but like still am a little bit hungry, which is mad to think because like it's quite a lot of food for what I'm having today. So I wanted to kind of just show you what I'm eating today. Like I said in the previous clip, I'm not going to be kind of sharing my macros, my daily kind of intake of what I'll be having, but today I am having, on top of my normal calories, an extra 1,200 calories. Now I have that twice a week. Adam wants me to kind of carb cycle my carbs this year, so like instead of kind of having the same thing either every day and having rest day calories, he wants me to kind of have like these bursts of refeeds to kind of make sure that he keeps me full and energy doesn't drop too low. So we are going with that, and again, it's a different method. Like all of these methods that I always kind of do each year with prep have always been different, because this is what Adam kind of tells me, we've never fully hit my potential of what I could bring to stage. So we've never fully been like fully conditioned, fully like maxed out in terms of fullness, all that type of thing. When I say fullness, I mean my muscles being like round but still holding condition. We've never kind of hit my full potential of what we can kind of do on stage. So he always likes to change things up so we can see how my body responds. 2016, 17, I was on like a bodybuilder strict diet, like chicken and rice, broccoli, that was it. So like all of my methods of prep have been different, and this also indicates to everyone else that every prep is so different to each person, and like one method doesn't work for everyone, and not one method works the same every time. So like one method can't always work at the same time because your body does change. So what we did last year might not work this year for me, but what we're doing right now is working really good. But let's show you what I'm eating today. So this is today's spread. I do 2 leg days a week, and I do have my refeed days on my leg days. Obviously leg days are harder and you're pushing harder, and you're probably burning more calories throughout a leg day than you are versus an upper body day. So I want to obviously make sure that I have all the energy for that leg day. So I usually have carbs on a leg day. Anyway, what we have here is 80 grams of Cocoa Pops, which I literally look forward to after every leg day. That's post-workout, obviously. 40 grams of oats, which is pre-workout. And I have 500 grams of potato in 3 of my meals. This is also my post-workout meal, so I'll have that post-workout with my Cocoa Pops, obviously separately. Then I have my favorite part. I have 3 thick, not thin, bagels. Oh, like this is just absolute heaven having these bagels, and I'm scared for the day that Adam takes them away from me. Then I have a banana post-workout as well, and then I've got like other things to have as well. So I've got jam, peanut butter, avocado, that my fats kind of aren't added into this right now. But that is what I have on a high day, and it's so goddamn good. And I prepare it all the night before, and it's like the best thing ever. So yeah, that's my high carb day. And oh, and I also get eggs as well. So that's what I'm literally gonna cook up now in a sec. I'll have eggs and one of those bagels now, and I usually have a bagel pre-workout as well as my oats. And then I'll have that bagel like in the evening as like a little snack, because that's when I'm like hungry. I always feel like high carb days like make me really hungry as well. Like I have these refeeds on a Friday and a Tuesday. So then by the time it hits Monday, which is when I check in, hopefully my weight would have then regulated down. I'm interested to see what I'll weigh after this refeed, and then the day after that and the day after that. I weigh myself not because I'm obsessed. I love seeing data. I know a lot of people aren't a massive fan of like weighing themselves all the time or like doing measurements and stuff. Ever since I've been with Adam, he really preaches like data over everything. Like I know obviously it's good to kind of go off how you feel and stuff, and sometimes you do have to go off that. But I do find it so interesting when I have like data, and I always have found it really interesting, like having the size of my glutes, the size of my waist, like how much I'm weighing after refeeds, that type of thing. I find it really interesting, and I know sometimes mentally it's not good for you to always be weighing yourself and always measuring yourself and getting obsessed with it, but I'm not. I just find it so interesting. So that's what I suggest, to kind of make sure that you do like weigh yourself either before and after refeeds, just because it's so interesting to kind of like see what you actually end up being like, and how your body responds, because I think it's really interesting. So, but I've got a high volume glute day today. I will see you in a bit. Come on. I swear waiting for bagels is like the hardest thing ever. It's like microwave minutes. What's longer? Microwave minutes or toaster minutes? Oh, there we go. Also, if you haven't heard of Squeezy Jam, you really need to get on it. I know it's so unbelievably lazy, but it's literally a lifesaver. Instead of getting jammed, Squeezy Jam all the way. Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, and you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Sorry, it's a little bit quiet, 2 secs. You're based in Israel. So, God, that's so far from here. Like, that's crazy. So what federation are you doing? So that's online posing client 1 done of today. I've got 2 posing clients today, and I also have a massage. I've got a busy day today. So I've got to go and train legs, do cardio, pose myself, come back, online client, hour, then massage. busy day today, so I'm just gonna have some food. I'm gonna have my pre-workout now, so it's like almost 10 o'clock now. So let's go to the kitchen.
When we get lost and found again, well, that's how it feels. Cause I've wandered far and wide for you, and now that you're here, I don't know if I can understand after all that's been said.
Everything but the bagel seasoning is my life. Like, I bought, when I went to America last, which is in September, I think, I bought 4 of these back and I only have 1 left. And I even got Ree to get me 1 big one of these when she went, when she was like, it was like November time. So I'm obsessed with this seasoning. It's so good. We need to get it in the UK. So this is technically my meal 1B. So I technically had 1 bagel earlier, which was meal 1A. This is part 2, I guess you want to call it. Got some oats, got a coffee, which ignore the coffee stain, really bad. Eggs, pre-workout, coffee. Look at that sweat drip. Just touch it. Ew. Oh, that's legs done. This is what I usually look like after cardio. So I'm really sorry about just the mess in general that I'm just bringing to your screens right now. But I just wanted to, you know, if you've been following me for ages, I don't care, I'm very honest. So this is literally what I look like after an hour and a half of legs, 35 minutes of cardio, just about to pose for 20 minutes. Yeah. So, whew, that was hard, but it was good. Feeling really good today, actually. This is what I wanted to kind of discuss. My energy hasn't really been changing, like as much as we are now in a deficit, and we've obviously Adam's added in cardio, like it's actually gotten better, and my strength is actually getting better as well. Yeah, like I feel like I'm progressing throughout this phase. Loads of different things have gotten better within my routine, so I'm really happy with everything at the moment, and I'm not going to daunt on like any negativities where I'm like, oh, cardio or anything like that, because I enjoy doing cardio. I've done a video on this before and I've named it, and I will always say this: prep is a privilege, not a sacrifice. So I know people always say like, oh, I've got to sacrifice this and that, but prep is actually a privilege to be able to do this. Like, so at the moment I'm not feeling tired or anything like that, so I'm not going to daunt on it, if that makes sense. I always feel like if you make yourself like, oh, I'm stressed, oh, I'm tired, you make it even worse, if that makes sense. In terms of my training and stuff, training's changed a lot. Ever since I've joined Adam, he's very much like mind-muscle connection over anything. Like, if you can't feel it, lower the weight. That was such a hard mentality for me to get into, because if you watched my preps kind of 2018, 2017, I was very much like progressive overload over everything, that you must be progressing in every single session, all that type of thing. But what Adam likes to call it is we're separating the bodybuilders and now going into bikini sculpting. So bikini sculpting is like, you've got a good base frame, you've got a good muscle. Now you're gonna be sculpting your body to actually fit the criteria better. So that's what he always likes to call it. And I really get that now. Whereas before, well, even last year, it took me so long to get used to not training heavy and just going off feelings, going with higher reps, all that type of thing. Still progressing strength, but not going nearly as heavy as what I used to. So I used to hip thrust 180 kilos, easy for 10. If I really look back at it now, was I feeling, actually 100% feeling my glutes work? Probably not, I was just lifting the weight. Whereas now I do 110 kilos for 15 reps and my glutes burn. So little things like that have changed throughout this prep, and I've really felt the difference, and I kind of get it now. I'm very stubborn with my methods. So like when he told me to lower the weight, lower my ego and stop lifting so heavy, like stop lifting like a bodybuilder. But now it's like different. And I think that's very important within your progressing your training is, yes, progressive overload is needed, but only when necessary. So like progress, but also get a good mind-muscle connection. Within your prep, you need to make sure that all of your sessions you're connecting with your muscles instead of just lifting the weight, because you'll be working other muscles that you won't need to work, that type of thing. Like there's no point. Like I remember sometimes in my heavy hip thrust back in the day, I would lift it up and I could feel it in my quads. Now I don't even get that. I don't actually do anything quad based anymore. So like he said, we're bikini sculpting. I don't need to grow my quads. Like I don't need to grow them anymore, and they're actually quite big at the moment. So he wants to decrease them. So we're not directly training them. Obviously they're gonna be engaged in other exercises that I do, but we're not directly training them. So we're not doing any leg press, we're not doing any hack squat, we're not doing anything like leg extensions, nothing like that. So little things like that I really get this year, like and I'm really being open-minded to. So I think to progress your training in a different type of way, definitely open your mind up to things like that, because I was very much like stuck in my methods and like, nope, I'm doing this because this is what works for me. But actually I'm really happy with how I'm looking, how I'm engaging, how everything's going at the moment, and I've changed my methods completely. So be open-minded, kids. But I've been here for like 2.5 hours already and I've still got to pose, so I need to get to it. So I'm gonna pose now. Done. Just done. Not the best posing session, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Sometimes they're gonna be good sessions, sometimes they're not. I'm okay with that. At least I practice. I went through my routine a good 4 or 5 times, then practice comparisons, and then that was it. I'm exhausted on leg days, and I never want to pose because I do everything at once, which I shouldn't. I should try and split my sessions into like 2, do like cardio in the morning and then legs and then posing. But I just like to get it all out of the way. So I just like to spend 3 hours if needed at the gym. But got a massage later on my legs, which is the worst thing. I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. But happy with how I'm looking, happy with how I'm feeling, and that's the main thing. Now, time for food. This is my second post-workout meal. I'm gonna have my Cocoa Pops meal with potato, banana later, and then before I go to my massage, I will have another potato meal as well. I mean, can we just take a minute to appreciate this lovely post-workout meal? Like, seriously, I'm so excited to eat this right now. I'm so hungry. But before I do, another shameless plug coming at you right here. I always use Project ED Matador. What is Matador, you ask? It is a glycogen disposal unit, and instead of obviously the carbs kind of like, I always have these with my carb meals. So instead of the carbs obviously pushing through to the fat cells, this helps push it to the muscle. And I have found a difference with using this. I've been using it consistently now since November, and I've really generally noticed like a really good difference. Like when I have carbs now, I don't feel really heavy and sluggish or watery at all, if that makes sense. The link is always in the description box below. But now it's time to demolish this.
A few moments later.
Whilst I'm being good, I come home, or he comes home, and brings this back. Huh? What happened to your diet?
I'm carbon up.
Carbon up. For what?
Shoulders.
Shoulders. Showered, ready, and waiting for my next posing client. But first, we are waiting for bagel. We're here again, waiting for bagels. Yes. Really gonna go with a half before my client, and then I'll have the other half after. Cool. Second half of the bagel going down with some jam and another meal in there. I'm always eating like pretty much like every 2 hours I would say I'm eating on my high carb days, or high calorie days should I say, because I don't want to have like loads of food at the end of the day and like my digestion go really bad, because if I do refeeds and I wait until the end of the day to have a lot of food, then I end up cramming it in, and then the next day my digestion is just not on point. So my digestion has actually been really good recently, so I don't want to mess that up whatsoever. So I am pretty much eating every 2 hours, and I try and eat earlier throughout the day versus eating it all in the evening, because yeah, try and spread it out, make it proportional. So posing client done, eating food, now time for massage. Last one of the day, got a bit sidetracked, went for my massage, came back to some work. Now I've got my last meal. I had one other meal, exactly this with potato, and then I had a banana and I had one bagel left as well. So I'm not actually that full, to be fair. I've been quite hungry, so I've been stalling this last meal, and this is literally just it because I've had all my fat. Oh, actually no, the best part of the day is yet to come. I have a spoonful of this before I go to bed. So this is my favourite peanut butter. It's from America, and I really don't know why I love it, but I love Jif's natural creamy peanut butter. It's so good. I'm getting more of this because I've been trying to stall it and not like use loads of it because I don't want it to end. But I get 25 grams of this, so I usually just have that. I usually have it with my banana. I'm gonna save it because I just want to have a spoonful of it, and that's pretty much what I have. So I've got this and this to go. I don't know who else does this, but does anyone else do it? I just love peanut butter by itself. It's so good. So good. So I'm currently in Adam, my coach's basement, right now, staying at his house because we've skipped a couple of weeks ahead and I didn't finish the vlog I'm currently editing. So this is my outro for my 4 weeks transformation vlog, saying thank you guys for watching. The next video is kind of gonna be my travels, going to America and stuff, because I've literally just gone to Vegas, I've just gone to Ohio, and I'm just now currently in Denver to visit Adam for a few days. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed these videos. Please also comment down below if you enjoy watching what I ate in a day videos. This video is very long. Do you enjoy long videos? Do you enjoy short videos? Please let me know. I'd prefer you to give me feedback and I can know for next time. So love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.